2 Kings chapter 12. Joash was 7 years old when he began his reign. It was in the 7th year of Jehu that Joash began to rule, and he ruled 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah from Beersheba. Joash did what was right from Adonai's perspective throughout the lifetime of Jehoiada the Kohen priest who instructed him. Nevertheless, the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and presented offerings on the high places. Jehoash said to the Kohanim, "All the funds for sacred purposes which are brought to the house of Adonai, the half-shekel tax, the taxes on person in a man's household, and all the offerings anyone voluntarily brings to the house of Adonai, the Kohanim are to receive from whoever personally makes contributions to them, and they are to use these funds to repair the damaged parts of the house, wherever damage is found." But 23 years into the reign of King Jehoash, the Kohanim had still not repaired the damaged places in the house. So King Jehoash summoned Jehoiada the Kohen and other Kohanim and said to them, "Why aren't you repairing the damaged places in the house? Therefore you are no longer to take money from those who contribute it personally to you. You must hand it over to be used for repairing the damage in the house." The Kohanim agreed not to receive money from the people, and they would no longer be responsible for repairing the damage to the house. Then Jehoiada the Kohen took a chest, drilled a hole in its lid, and set it by the altar, on the right as one enters the house of Adonai, and the Kohanim in charge of the entry put all the money brought into the house of Adonai. When they saw that there was a large amount of money in the chest, the king's secretary and the Kohen Hagadol would come up, count the money from in the house of Adonai, and put it in bags. Then they would give the weighed-out money to those supervising the work in the house of Adonai, who would use it to pay the carpenters and construction workers doing the work in the house of Adonai, on masons, stone workers, timber, worked stone, and everything else needed for repairing the damaged places in the house of Adonai. But none of the money brought into the house of Adonai was used to make silver cups, snuffers, bowls, trumpets, or other articles of gold or silver for the house of Adonai, because they gave the money to those doing the work, thus restricting its use to repairing the damage in the house of Adonai. Moreover, they did not require an accounting from the supervisors given the money to pay the workers, because they dealt honestly. Money from guilt offerings and sin offerings, however, was not brought into the house of Adonai. It went to the Kohanim, priests. Hazael, king of Aram, went up and fought against Gat, and after capturing it, Hazael made his decision to attack Jerusalem. Joash, king of Yehuda, took all the consecrated articles that Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, and Achaziah, his ancestors, kings of Yehuda, had dedicated, as well as his own consecrated articles and all the gold found in the treasuries of the house of Adonai and of the royal palace, and sent them to Hazael, king of Aram, who then withdrew from Jerusalem. Other activities of Joash and all his accomplishments are recorded in the annals of the kings of Yehuda. Then his servants got together, formed a conspiracy, and murdered Joash at Beit Milo on the way down to Sila. His servants Yozakar, the son of Shamat, and Jehozabad, the son of Shomar, struck him so that he died. They buried him with his ancestors in the city of David, and Amaziah, his son, took his place as king.